Hey guys, so I thought I'd do an overview of our photovoltaic system while it's running here. So we've got the batteries here, which are for emergency backup whenever the grid goes down. And the solar panels are feeding in over here. These are the chargers. We have 4 chargers. I think it's because there's a limit to the amount of solar power that each one can have or can support. So they receive, the panels are split up into separate strings. So each one has about 9 solar panels attached to it, and then it's feeding the energy, DC energy, over to the batteries and keeping them charged. Then we have 2 inverters which are drawing power. Whenever the batteries are completely full, they draw power out and produce energy, which starts off running just the stuff in our house, and then whenever there's enough power left over, it pushes it out to the grid, and so that gets sold back to the EMC. We have 2 inverters. Each one can support 6.8 kilowatts, and so when there's less than 6.8 kilowatts, only one of them is producing power. But then when the amount of energy that's produced through the batteries is sufficient, then the second one kicks in and it actually starts producing as well. So we could produce up to about 13 kilowatts total, but just with the inverters, but we don't have enough solar panel power support. It's only about 10 kilowatts. So the highest we should see on these guys is about 6.8 kilowatts on the master inverter, and then about another 3.6 kilowatts off of that one. And I think there's a way to make it so that these balance out. I'm not sure if there's a benefit to having one do most of the heavy lifting and the other one just take up the slack. I have to talk to my installer about that. So that's pretty much it. The solar panels produce DC power from the sun. They get converted and charged by these 4 boxes over to the batteries. And then when the batteries are full, the inverters draw from that and produce power, which powers our house, and then any excess goes out to the grid. And at this point, I think we're using maybe 600 watts. So most of this is actually going out to the grid. So that's pretty exciting. It's been an interesting process, and we're hoping to see a lot of benefit from this in the future. And of course, learning a lot more about it as we go. So we'll talk to you later.